Decided to do another one here again. This is, I talked about this a little bit in the last one. This is just going to be titled, I've got a title in mind for this one. It's just going to be in quotation marks because it's a quote. It's a bit of a cliche actually. It's Rome wasn't built in a day. And for those of you who don't know what that means is you can't Rome, if you're not familiar with the term, Rome was one of the biggest empires in Earth's history, in the world's history. It was at its height, it dominated. It had so much control over Europe and all that. It was incredible. Like, Julius Caesar, all that, and they had such a big empire that there's no way it just goes bang and you've all of a sudden got this massive empire. Like, it took decades and centuries, even generations, to build such a strong, such a strong culture and civilization that it's impossible to say that it was done in a short period of time, because it wasn't. And that's the same. It applies in a lot of things. You can't expect to have all this success in 5 minutes of putting in effort. Like, shit, it takes time, and as soon as something doesn't work out straight away, that's not the point where you just give up, because it takes commitment. It takes. You think that everything went smoothly when the Roman Empire was going? Of course not. Of course shit was going down. Now, I'm no history expert, but I guarantee you that it was not all smooth sailing from the start of the Roman Empire to the end. And you can't expect smooth sailing to be in anything. Like, you know, with YouTube videos, sometimes you feel like absolutely smashing out videos like I do today, or some days you do not feel like it, and you might even go through weeks or months even of this, and it's all just part of the trials and tribulations of making a name for yourself. It just is what it is. You can't. It's one of those factors that I spoke about in the last video of things out of your control. You just got to be able to put in as much effort as you can constantly, and it will come. Whether it's in a few weeks, a few months, even a few years, even a decade or two. Like, you can't expect it to be straight away, because that's just not how things work. And anyway, why would you want success in 5 minutes? Because success in a short period of time is normally almost short-lasting, like short-lived success. Like, but you see people who make one-hit songs. They make an absolute hit song. It gets absolutely flogged on the radio for maybe 6 months, and then if they're not continually putting in effort to make more good songs, then they just disappear and fall into irrelevance. I know you can think of a few artists that come to mind, and that's what I mean. Like, they blew up and they didn't constantly put in effort, so they just get forgotten. But you think artists who have put out consistent hits, like so many hits over a so long period of time. I think Taylor Swift, like, she's not going to be forgotten anytime soon, because she's been consistent for fucking that long, making so many good songs and just so consistent. Like, she's been making music for 15 years at least, maybe 20 years. So 20 years of commitment, and she's now she's probably the biggest music artist on the planet. And that's what I mean. It took her 20 years to get to where she is now. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but we're going to use that as a number, as a reference point. But 20 years, and she's now the biggest. She's a billionaire, probably, or worth $1 billion, or however much. There's no way she isn't. Again, I don't know for sure, but it would make sense. And she will never. Her name will go down in history as one of the greatest artists ever. And because she put in that effort and kept building and building and building. And the same way you hear about the Roman Empire being this super great empire, you hear of Taylor Swift being one of the super great artists. all because they spent long periods of time. It doesn't have to be huge, big, massive kicking goals, climbing mountains every day, but just constant progress. It's like in a marathon. You don't see all the marathon runners sprinting off at the start because they're burnt out. So you gotta pace yourself and just be consistent, get into a rhythm, and just keep going. Now this one isn't, because I kind of spoke about it in the last video, this one isn't going to be nearly as long as a normal one. So I might just wrap it up here. But yeah, whenever you think that something is seemingly so difficult that you can't even, it's so difficult to even start, like climbing a mountain. Like, you look at the top of the mountain and go, holy shit, how am I going to do this? But if you keep taking steps and making progress, you'll eventually get to the top. And that's all you got to keep in mind. Whenever something gets tough, think of it as just a peak in the mountain before you get to another rest spot. I'm not saying that you can rest, but that's that. You put in this big effort, and then you get a little bit of reward. Of you might get a video might blow up or whatever. And so you got to just keep it in mind that things don't happen overnight. More often they don't than do. So you can't let that get you down, that some things aren't happening as quickly as you'd like them to, because you just end up quitting. And quitting is for losers. First of all, don't be a quitter. But it's just a slow, consistent build up until you get to where you are. Now, you might only want to get to a certain level, so you might need less time to get to that level. But if you want to be super duper ultra rich and never have to, your great grandkids don't have to think about money type rich, you're gonna have to build and keep building and keep making gradual progress. Not going, you indicate, then don't, then indicate again. Knob. More stickers on a bloody back of his car than in a bloody sticker book. Weirdo. And yeah, it's shit doesn't happen overnight. That's what I'm trying to get at. It doesn't. Rome wasn't built in a day, and so you can't expect it to. If you do try and build it in a day, then in order to build it in a day, you're going to have to cut corners, and without a solid foundation, shit's going to fall apart, and you're going to be right back where you started, but you've lost all this time that you could have spent building a solid foundation and making sure you can't fall back, you can't fall down. So yeah, what are we, 8.5 minutes? Yeah, I think I'm done. If you've binged all these, thanks, I love you. I love every one of you. I can't see every person who views my videos, but if I could, I love all of you, and I would probably mention this. And yeah, that's all from me for today. I'm done now. My throat's hurting. I need a rest. I need some water and some food. So, oh shit, I was meant to go to the gym. Fuck. I'll figure something out. I'll probably go to the gym. It's just got the complete opposite direction. Anyways, I forgot. Here's what it is. Anyways, bro, don't forget that life is what you make it, and I'll see you next time.